The Ohio and Indiana Bar Associations require we give the addresses of the attorneys on the show, so here you go. This is the information for Randy Block and, of course, Don Moore and Dan Moore at the Moore Law Firm. And you can get all of this information at fox19.com. Just click on Moore Law. We are back for just a few more minutes talking about divorce and child custody. Let's head right to the phones. First up, we have Brian in Fairfield. Brian, you have a question. You have custody of your children?
I do have custody. I won custody in 1992. And, of course, child support was set. No child support was being paid. Medical bills were adding up, dental bills, optical. In 2010, she went and said she had an illness. She was had bipolar disease, and now the judge is saying that she doesn't owe me any money. Is there any way that I can get this money?
You know, each case is so very fact specific, but once you're into the court system, the ultimate power is with the judges. And the judge makes a decision on the best information given to him or to her. And the judge is going to control the outcome of that case. If you don't like what a judge does, there's the Court of Appeals. But judges are the ones who make those decisions, and they're going to use the best information given to them and make the best decision that he or she can do.
Okay, and I think this relates to something that you wanted to show the viewers. How we get some information?
Deb, you're exactly right, and this is a big deal. We have a little graphic to try and outline the main points. The lawyer you get does make a difference. Well, why is that? Because they are very fact-driven cases, and it's very important as to that the lawyer that you get is familiar with the court that you are in. A lawyer who is great, maybe in Hamilton County, has no business, even if they have a license, practicing maybe deep in Kentucky in a county with which they're not familiar. I even had a relative once, and she got a lawyer to represent her just because she knew him from a business transaction. He wasn't the right lawyer to handle a domestic case where she was located. The other thing you need to know is the lawyer's experience with your particular type of case. If they are accustomed to dealing with large pension plans and stock holdings and things like that, that's different than someone who doesn't have that type of experience. So you want to pick a lawyer that's suited for the type of things that are involved in your case. And then the other thing is how much it's going to cost. Randy just told us a few minutes ago that in the tri-state area, you're looking at somewhere around $175 to $600 an hour. Well, that's a big spread. Sometimes a $600 an hour lawyer is the only one that's right for you because of the nature of the assets or the situation you have, and to have the less expensive lawyer would actually wind up being more expensive. So you've just, these are the considerations that are very important for you to consider. It is really important you get the right lawyer.
And I need to say some other things
Please.
on that, because I think when it comes to a family situation, as I've said, there are three parties involved. Nobody knows your children better than you. No one knows your finances better than you. And there is something now in Ohio called collaborative law, where the statute just passed at the end of 2012, where parties can control the outcome of their case through a collaborative fashion, which is a form of limited representation where the attorney represents the parties only for the negotiations. And if it fails and they are not able to successfully bring closure on their own, then they will have to go to court and get new lawyers. Well, there's a great incentive then to try and resolve the case, because you've picked your lawyer, you want to keep that lawyer, and you're trying to make the best out of a bad situation. People, if they're not happy with the court, there's nothing you can do except go to the Court of Appeals. You can try and work through your own things, because most people really will find a common meeting ground.
So you think this was a good thing?
I think it was a fabulous thing.
So the takeaway is that when you talk to a lawyer in the first place, one of the things you might want to ask them about is what they know about the collaborative law that just passed.
Yes.
And how it might apply to your situation.
And how experienced they are, what training they've had in collaborative law.
Okay, great.
And I think the other thing is that when you're handling family law matters, you need to look at alternative dispute options, whether it's mediation, collaboration, old-fashioned negotiation. The actual statistic, because people like these so much, is maybe only 10% of the cases ever filed get tried. The rest are all settled, as you always hear, settled on the courthouse door, you know, turning that knob and you settle the case. And it's true. So it's better to have that control in the beginning, to try and resolve it the way you want it, looking to try and get what you would like to receive. Because as people always say with the orange, some people want the segments, some people want the skin, some people want it cut in half.
Okay. All right, we just have about a minute left in the show. If folks are coming to see you, let's talk about, the main thing. Maybe you said, no knee jerk, don't come because you had a fight with your spouse. But what should people bring to your office?
I'd like to see their expenses. I'd like to see their assets. I'd like to see their debts. I'd like to see the last 3 years' tax returns that they have, so that I can get some understanding of their finances and some understanding of the way they've been living.
Okay. Anything that you would like to add to that as we finish the show?
Well, I think that Randy's brought up a lot of good points, and I guess the big deal is it's an emotional thing. The court aspires to justice, however, they guarantee a decision.
That's correct.
Okay. All right, well, that is all the time we have for today. Randy, thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you so much.
I hope you'll come
Appreciate
back.
it. Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's see. Coming up next week, we have Ask Us Anything. It's my favorite topic, although, Dawn,
Yeah.
it scares me a little bit. And then on February 4th, we'll be talking about traffic accidents. And on February 11th, just in time for Valentine's Day, love and the law. We will see you back here next Monday. And until then, this is More Law. Have a good week.
See you later.